Okay, so now I'm going to fit the Locoworks detailed steps, and they obviously go here. So it's again with the epoxy, and rough up this paintwork, try and get back to the bare metal in the middle so that the epoxy can bond with the metal surfaces instead of just metal on paint, so it can bond with metal on metal. So we'll crack on with that. Let's get the glue on. So there's one. So I'll just let them harden out. So let's take the clamps off and have a look. So there they are. Steps on. Just another detailing part. Okay, the next thing we're going to fit is the fall plate. Now this is going to be quite tight. It's going to be quite a challenge. You've got the hooks there, and it has to fit through there, and there's two tabs coming up from the floor. So I have to fit it through there, and then these tiny screws have to be fed in from each side with the nuts underneath. So this is going to be a struggle. I think what I'll do, I'll get back to you at the various stages of mounting this piece. So after the use of blue tack bent clips, thin screwdriver and one of these pincets, managed to get the nuts and everything on. I'll perhaps show you a couple of still photographs to show you what the exact situation is under there, and then I'll tighten it up now, and then that's job done. So tightened up now, there it is, the fall plate. Very happy with that. We are very nearly done so far as the construction of the locomotive is concerned. I've just realised we've only got 4 components to fit onto the loco, and then we're done. 3 of them are Locoworks detailing parts, the oil fillers and the mechanical lubricator. If you remember, they go here at the front. Now it's going to be quite fiddly because they need to go right in this corner, so there's a couple of things I have to think about. The first one is I've got to be careful, because in exactly the same way as before, these are going to be epoxied, so I have to, at the place where they're going to be mounted, I have to get to the bare metal before applying the epoxy. So I have to measure up or mask off or whatever to make sure that I don't scratch away the metal in an area that is not going to be covered by the part. So that's the point one. And the second point is once it's there, once I've got the epoxy on it, I need to clamp it somehow. And what I've done is I've got an old stick here. So what you have to do is I'm going to have to put it in there, and then what I'm thinking about is clamping it like that. So what I'll do is I'll probably use this satay stick as a guide to where I'm going to put the masking tape and to where I'm going to get through to the bare metal. Perhaps you can just see through there. That's where I've scratched the paint away, and the same applies to the underside of these oil boxes. just degrease them now, and then we're off to get the epoxy out and put the epoxy on. Okay, glue out of the way. Now have a look, see if we can move that in there anymore. That's about it. Let me have a quick check. Looks okay. Poof. Okay. Give that some time to set, and then we'll come back and have a look. Hope you can see it there. On the side there. There it is. Doesn't really stand out, does it? Well, I know it's there anyway. Okay, that's one done. Okay, we're staying on this side. We'll crack on with the mechanical lubricator, and I want to place it in the middle above the cylinder, so it's going to be steam cylinder, so it's going to be about there, a little bit inside, something like that. That's where I'm going to put it. Again, measure up, masking tape, and take away a little bit of the paint underneath for the epoxy. So we'll crack on with that. See how hard the paint is bonded to the metalwork. So I'll be rubbing this with 240 grain, and then putting some epoxy on there, and then we can crack on and put it on. Now that's quite a chunky piece, and a bit of glue, and the reason is that the casting of the mechanical lubricator, the other side, it's concave, so I hope it will take it. Let me have a look. Put this on. Sorry if my head's in the way. That is about right there. Can I weigh it down is the question. Hope so. Bit of weight. Let's see if it sticks. Okay, let's take a look. No, it's not glued properly. So we'll have to try something else. I think what I'm going to have to do is put glue on both, or put more glue on the edges, perhaps that's the thing, as well as the middle. So we'll give that a degrease again and try it again. So there's quite a bit on there, and I hope it doesn't seep out of the sides. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not even going to put the weight on it. Just leave it now. Leave it for quite a while to dry out, and then we'll have a look at it again. It's supposed to be 5-minute epoxy, so I'm actually going to leave it for a half an hour and see how that works out. Okay, so there's the mechanical lubricator fixed on, no problem. So that's this side done. So what we're doing next is going to this side, attaching the other oil tank in exactly the same way as the first one, and then we're done. So I'll come back to you once everything's been added. The second oil tank. So that's the front of the Loco done. Let's turn it round. Other side. Okay, so the last component to fit on the locomotive itself is the roof. and remember it's a hinge roof, hinges on this side, and I actually painted the heads of the screws that face outwards green, the same as the body colour. And what I'll be doing is once the screws are in and the ring washer and the nuts are on, I'm going to be putting some Loctite on there as well, just to keep those nuts on, because they won't be screwed absolutely tight, because obviously the roof has got to hinge. So there's a chance that they'll work loose, so that's why I'm going to be putting the Loctite on there. Okay, so I'm going to put some Loctite on. That one, and then the other one between the washer and the nuts, please. Yep. Other side. Just trying to find the right tension. That's probably about it. So, done. We're done. Yep. Well pleased. Obviously we'll have a look at it better outside and so on. There it is now. Now all we've got to do now is just finish off the tender.